Hi guys! So I'm back this time to show you how I'm making some of my art swap pieces. These are for Annie Claxton's Great Big Little Art Swap. So they're the same size as the Stitchery swap pieces, 4 by 4 inches square. And I remembered I had this drawing, which is obviously bigger than 4 by 4, but I still wanted to use it, or like use the base drawing and then do, you know, new Zentangle type patterns inside the hair. So here's what I did. First, I went to my printer copier and I shrunk it. I think I did about 40%, although it looks smaller than that. I don't know. You have to fiddle around with it to figure it out. I mean, because this looks like 25% to me, but if I had done 25%, it would have been way too small. I know from experience of shrinking down other pictures, that would have been too small. So you just have to play around with it a few times to get the size you want. And this is about the right size, since this is a 4 by 4 square. So what I did from here was I didn't want to completely trace it, but I didn't want to just freehand copy it. So I got a piece of tracing paper and I traced it. And I actually traced it on both sides because I wasn't sure which way I wanted the drawing to be, this way or the other way, like that. So I did both, and I'll just show you how. I mean, this is just like when I make designs for carving erasers. I do the same thing. Use tracing paper, trace the design, and then trace it again onto the eraser. So this time I used paper, so I'll just show you how I do that. And this time I'm going to trace it the same direction. So I get it set, and it's not going to be, you know, perfect. I'm going to go over it with pen anyway, so it doesn't matter, but this is a mechanical pencil, so I'm just going to trace over the big lines. And I will speed this up so you don't have to watch it in real time, so it goes real fast, because that's more fun. Okay, so that is good enough for me to go over with pen and then fill in, you know, all the hair with different patterns and stuff. And then I can do some of the shading too. Okay, so I need a pen. And I'm making sure I use waterproof pens. This is actually watercolor paper because I want to use different media on it. I end up using these markers and then some colored alcohol markers and watercolor for the background, and then a couple other pens like paint pens for just little decorations here and there. So a lot of different stuff, so it's best to use like a mixed media or a watercolor paper. And that's what I did. Okay, so I think I'm going to use an 01 for this. And again, actually that does not look thick enough. I have some little scraps of this paper too, so I can test pens or whatever on the paper before I use it. I think I want this one. This is a 0.7. It is not a Micron, it's a Staedtler Pigment Liner. Also waterproof, light fast. And it's not working very well. Some pens I have trouble with because I'm left-handed, and the way I write, I kind of hold stuff at an angle as opposed to more up and down, and then sometimes it does not write well. So that's kind of a pain. So I'm trying to hold it more up and down. It works better. Okay, so you get the idea. I will finish tracing that later, and I can show you, because I have a few in different stages here. So it'll look something like that. Now this one I actually traced the other direction. I flipped it, so the hair is blowing that way instead of that way. But that's what it'll look like with all the marker done. And then this one I did all the little Zentangle patterns, and some of them are different than on here, but some of them I really like how they look, like these outer ones. So I used the same pattern, but they're all gonna be a little bit different. And then I started coloring, and this marker is actually from a set of like skin tone markers. That works really nice. And then here is one that's completely finished. So that's all alcohol markers in the hair and the face. And then the background, the pink background, is watercolor. And then these little stars and dots are kind of a shimmery marker. They are, I just got these for Christmas actually, and I forgot to show them in my Christmas art supplies video. But they are Pentel Sparkle Pop, and I really like them. They're very sparkly. So got a little sparkle on there. And then the last thing I did was the border, and for that, I mean, you can use any marker. I wanted a gold, and so I used this metallic paint marker and just did a really thin little border, just for a little bit more color and to kind of frame it. So, and that's it. That's all I did. So most of my art swaps are going to be this picture. I'm also doing bookmarks. I haven't decided what I'm going to do on the bookmarks yet. I think I'll just start something fresh instead of using a design I already have. But I thought this one would work really well for the 4x4 squares. So I hope that gives you some ideas, helps you. I mean, I think we kind of forget, the art that we've already made and don't tend to use it again. But I think it's fun to kind of go back and use some of your favorite things that you've drawn or painted or whatever, and reuse them, make more art with them, and yeah, use them for swaps. Why not? Okay, that is going to be it for me today. I just wanted to share a quick video with you about how I'm making my art swaps and how to reuse some of your art. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye!